we will be underway. Both players out at the exact same time, and lot of blue there on top of KB's board, and so far not getting a lot of blue to work with it, but I love what he did with that to get started.
Yeah, and there's a fair amount of blue for the most part in the middle of Dave Smith's board, but he is getting lots of blue to make certain that's not going to be an issue. In fact, I just saw that nice vertical he did to get rid of a lot of that blue in the center. And Dave Smith says is one of those people who plays the entire board. He does not focus on the top and works his way down. You'll see him do a lot of under clears and trying to get as much taken care of as possible. This is looking kind of spooky there, but manages to get the drop cross into getting all that garbage down there. And most of it's not really garbage. It's in positions where just get another clear and they'll all drop down and take each other out. While Knucklebuster is, look at this drop combo on his side, making certain that this is going to be a very close match early on.
Yeah, Knucklebuster just doing a heck of a job here. We mentioned earlier that Knucklebuster is friends with J Riggs, and I agree. I agree with what Ook said. Definitely been seeing a lot of that style in his play from J Riggs, and KB's been always been one to love those combos. So absolutely loving seeing that in his play, and not just the combos, but the combos that are nice and effective and efficient. It's been really fun to see what KB's done so far, and really looking forward to his play as he progresses in this game, as both players having a little bit of fight to get down to this board. Dave Smith says looking like he had quite a bit of a combo set up, and now that blue is just very buried. It's going to give KB a really good chance to pull ahead here, as he just needs one more yellow. Not sure. I think the best choice for Dave is probably going to be drill all this down and go for the horizontal. He's just going to need a lot of red and a lot of yellow to do it there, Sarge, as KB already into level 9.
Yeah, but if you take a look at Knucklebuster's board, there is a lot of opportunities for combos very early on here. A lot of way to cut right down to the bottom of the board with like a double yellow right now would be absolutely beautiful, but he'll just take the yellow red instead, leave a little bit of garbage. It'll be very easily cleaned up. As Dave Smith says, is out at I think it was about a 238. There's an opportunity here for a very wide horizon here. We can just get that yellow piece. But it's making him wait on it, which happens sometimes. But it's giving Knucklebuster an opportunity to make this lead even bigger. About a 12 virus lead right now, John.
Yeah, and I like what Dave Smith said, did just there, just sacrifice the little bit of garbage, which really he immediately turns into gold as it drops down onto the blue that was underneath that horizontal yellow that he clears out. Now 19 viruses to 23 viruses. The slight advantage for Knucklebuster as we move forward here. And Dave making some really great plays, not really wanting yellow at the moment, though. Ooh, a little bit of misdrop there. Went one over to the right more than he was wanting, but he's already got it cleaned up, making really nice use of what he's got. Looking over at Knucklebuster, just needing a lot of blue to get down to this end game, Sarge.
Yeah, this blue yellow is definitely going to help out because he has a lot of spaces where he needs yellow and nice horizontal there. Probably going to take another horizontal here. And right now it's looking like he's going to need just a couple blue, but it's going to be a little bit of an issue is blue on either. Oh, it's going to drop it down. I didn't see that. Yeah, it goes back to the old saying, those who do can, those who can't announce. And that's why I'm doing this right now, as Knucklebuster just needs a couple more yellows and it'll be out of this level 9.
Yeah, I like the setup. Perfect setup using the blues to horizontal out and drop the yellows down. He's going to be out at a 422. Dave Smith says not too far behind. Just gonna, oh, and gonna set up a combo here. Just needing a blue to fire it off. Gets the blue, gets the drop triple. 434 for Dave Smith says, going on to our penultimate level here. And a lot of yellow and a lot of blue on the top for Dave Smith says. But looking over at KB's board, it's a little more diverse. And not really sure what happened with that red yellow. Probably a drop that didn't quite go over as far as he wanted it to.
Yeah, and playing with fire, they're just waiting for the right pieces to make certain that he can take as many off as possible, but manages to get out of what can be a very stressful situation. But thankfully, he is playing on medium, which gives him a little bit more of an opportunity before those pills start dropping at a pace that you start sweating at. Gave Dave Smith says a chance to get right back into this match. There was another missed drop, I believe, by Knuckles. I think you want to have that one column further over, which makes he now only has a 3 virus lead. But this is still a very exciting match, and I expect we're going to see a couple more lead swings before this first match is over.
Yeah, absolutely. And 20 now 21 viruses to 17 viruses, still in slight favor of Knucklebuster. KB needing a lot of yellows and a lot of reds to progress this board, but this blue coming exactly when he needs it. He has a place for it, is able to clear this out. Looking over at Dave Smith says needing a lot of red and a lot of blue. Uh, Doing the best he can with what he's been given, but gosh, that's a lot of blue that he's going to have. And I love what he's doing. Nice horizontal. I might have gone ahead and gone for the vertical into just to open up some of that red access. So we'll see how that goes for him. He is able to open up the red, so not too detrimental for him. Not going for it initially.
Yeah, the pills that both of them are getting are not the most ideal in the world. We're probably not going to see any hot time being set in this one, but even with that, you're seeing them pull off some pretty impressive stunts with what they're being given to make certain that there's little garbage as possible. In fact, sometimes, as a couple of you like to say, turning garbage into gold and turning us into a great match. But Dave Smith has taken a lead out of level 10 at about a 6:45 and trying to get as much of a lead as possible as he starts digging through this level 11.
Yeah, KB's just been a little bit hamstrung in this last level, or in his end game rather, with the last few pills that he's been given. Just got it cleaned up though. Just gonna need 2 more reds. Probably gonna go horizontally with this one. He does. And this last red 717 into level 11, it is a now 17 virus deficit, now 20 deficit with that huge combo there from Dave Smith says.
Yeah, but as we've already seen today, a 15 to 20 virus lead doesn't necessarily mean a win. Like we did see one person who had an 18 virus lead end up only winning by 3 viruses just because of the RNG and the choices of where they placed the pill. So as long as Knucklebuster stays very focused on this and manages to see the combos they need, this could still be a very close match and could potentially still take the win. Let's not count them out yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at Dave's board, ooh, really nice upside down sweet tea there. Dave's got a lot of blue on this board that he's going to have to work through in his end game, but doing a nice job getting down to there. Gonna probably go for these last 2 yellows pretty soon. And I see what he's doing here. I love this setup. Gonna take the blue in column 6 vertically and drop this down and get a nice horizontal, long horizontal with the reds. That was a really nice heads up play there by Dave Smith says.
Yeah, he managed to get all the blue that he's needed so far to make this a pretty solidified victory for him. Just needs 2 more blues, and he should be out of here sub 9. In fact, it will be an 8:51. First match goes to Dave Smith says, and still for their first match against someone of the caliber of Dave Smith says, that's a very close match for Knucklebuster.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Great job to both players. GG's to DSS taking the first crown. And we're gonna go ahead and get going in this next match. KB seeing that he has lost. We've already got the ready in the chat from KB, ready from Dave. Just gonna be waiting for KB to get back to the level select, get his level ready to go, and we will be in the game number 2.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. One thing we've noticed from almost every competitor tonight is after a loss like that, there has been quite a comeback by them. We see a next match be either extremely close or them taking a rather commanding victory in the second match. So Will we see that again this time? What do you think, John?
You know, I'm not going to say either way, but I would love to see another decider here as we have our 3, 2, 1 and pills. KB looking like you may have been going for that blue horizontal. Just laid that piece over one too far to the right, but not detrimental really at all. Already setting up some really nice plays here. Gets that horizontal that I was mentioning, and has the opportunity to get another horizontal here. I think if I'm KB, I don't wait for the double blue, and he does not wait for the double blue. Really nice decision there. It is now 33-20 for Dave Smith Says, who looks like he's just been flying through this level, Sarge.
Yeah, the biggest thing that's hurting Knucklebuster here is no real access to yellows, and in order to help take viruses off as quickly as possible, he's had to forgo a lot of moves that would give him access to yellow. He has not taken a single yellow virus off this board yet, and we're over a minute in, and that's given Dave Smith Says for a minute in a 20 virus lead. Knucklebuster is really going to have to fight hard to get back in this match, as they're going to finally take their first yellow off the board here and hopefully be able to clear up some of this red to get back in this. But right now it's just going to be a couple more reds, pair of blues, and Dave Smith Says we'll be out of this level. At we can get a red right here, possibly sub 130. Nope, 131.
131, which is still a really nice time for level 8. And loving the setup for this board for Dave Smith. This blue horizontal, beautifully set up by Dave. Knew exactly what he wanted to do, and fortunately got pretty much every pill that he needed, and able to clear that out with zero garbage on the board. Ooh, a little bit of a misflip there, though. One of those flipped the other way. But not too detrimental. He's already got this pretty well cleaned out. Just one more yellow blue will do it. He is going to get it, and he is going to take it out. 30 viruses for Dave Smith Says, 15 in level 8 for Knucklebuster. This is just, oh God, this has been a rough level for him, and I hate to see it.
Yeah, the blues have not been coming at good times for him. They've been coming at times when he really needs a yellow to clear something out, so he has to put the blue in the wrong spot. But he is doing what he can to try and get back into this match. But this is looking like it's going to be a little bit of a blowout here unless RNG starts working a little bit more in his favor. But over on Dave Smith's side, this could be the opening he needs, because there is a lot of red and yellow needed on that board. And as I say that, a miniature double red blitz started for Dave Smith, resolving a fair amount of the issues that he had.
Yeah, Dave Smith Says is actually in a really nice position here. You see, he's got that fat log set up at the bottom. And even if he doesn't get the fat log, he's got a double red and a double blue set up. Really long fat log for Dave Smith Says. This double red, perfect. Puts the blue, prioritizes that because he knows that he's got the double red coming. Great job looking at that next box. He's going to be out at a 322. Pretty much a full level ahead of Knucklebuster at this point.
Yeah, he got out of the 312 as he finally started getting the pills he needed. This is a great board, though, for Knucklebuster. You can see he's cut this board down very quickly, and he's getting, for the most part, the pills that he needs in order to try getting back in it. But it's an almost full level lead. That's going to be a very tall order. But as we mentioned before, anything can happen in this tournament, and you just got to keep playing and hope that it does.
Indeed, I'm eyeing that long horizontal in KB's row 3. That horizontal of yellows, the potential for that. It's just it's so beautiful to see. But he's got to be able to get down to it. But that nice drop into a T clear, gonna set him up for some really nice stuff. Just needing a lot of yellow. A little surprised he didn't go for the long horizontal there, but wanted to set up and get the blues there on the left side, which isn't a bad idea. Because he had the horizontal all ready to go and could pretty much take that out at his leisure.
Yeah, I think he wanted what he just did there. He wanted double yellow, so he could do a horizontal followed by another horizontal to try and clear as many of those out as possible. And I don't know, it might have actually been the right move for him to make there, because it cleared out the bottom area much easier for him, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And down to 3 viruses now for KB. But Dave Smith says down to 16 in this level 10, just flying through here. Now down to 13, just going to need a lot of blue and a lot of yellow. And of course, he gets a double red. So sorry about that, Dave. A little bit of a commentator's curse there. I'll send your refund in the mail pretty darn quick here, as he just needs. I would love to see him be able to get this yellow in his column 2 and set up the horizontal red down there at the bottom. Just waiting for those yellows, and of course getting a red blue, a little bit of a barrage, not quite, but finally is able to clear out that yellow. Things are looking pretty good for DSS right now.
I'm going to respectfully disagree and say things are looking pretty good for Knucklebusters. They were a full level behind, and now they're only about a half level behind. Granted, Dave says is on level 11 right now, but with how Knucklebusters clearing through these viruses, if Dave Smith says has a little bit more bad luck or misflips he had in that one, we could see this one become much closer, and you never know what could happen.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Um, a lot of things would have to go KB's way for it to happen, but again, as we've said, anything can and probably will happen in these matches. So KB's just got to keep on trucking here and hope that DSS can maybe run into some issues. Looking at his board, I don't see many potential issues that he could run into. He's got a lot of doubles stacked up horizontally, really nice. You see all those double blues in his columns 3 and 4. You see another couple of double blues and double reds in columns 2 and 3 just below those. This board's looking really pretty good for the DSS. He's just got to break through this red top line, and he'll be in pretty good shape.
Know your Daves. But
Yeah.
yes, this is being unfortunately for Knucklebuster, this has been a really good board for Dave Smith says, and now Knucklebuster's having a little bit of trouble getting the right combinations he need, which is slowing him down at pretty much the worst possible time here. Uh, with the fact that right now Dave Smith says needs mostly reds. It's like one blue virus left, and it's going to be all red yellows. I don't really see anything barring a major catastrophe that's going to stop Dave Smith says from being the champion for the month of March.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty safe to say that Dave has run away with this one, as KB does manage to avoid getting lapped. Dave just needs this last red and to tuck this yellow in. And with that, with a 750, he will take game 2 and become your March 2024 silver champion. GG's, congratulations to Dave Smith says, but huge congratulations to KB for just making it this far on his second tournament.